Well, this was in 1955. I was selected by Princeton University, which is New Jersey, Princeton University, to teach Turkish language. And since I was graduated from the Ankara Dil Tarih Coğrafya Fakültesi, I was Turkish linguist and Turkish literature, and Professor Thomas, after interviewing in the summer 1955 in Ankara, Istanbul, Izmir, many candidates, and he chose me and told me that I am the person who is selected to be Turkish instructor, being assistant to himself, as a matter of fact, Professor Thomas. That's how I came to this country, September 1955, to teach Turkish to Princeton graduate students, by the way. I was teaching to graduate students and also studying for my PhD. But unfortunately, the subject I did not know that I was given the chance to study PhD, and they decided that I should learn American history. I studied American history. The idea was, after 5 years, go back to Turkey to teach Turks to American history. And therefore, while I was teaching, also I was studying American history to get my PhD. After 3 years, and I came to visit my friend, Voice of America, he told me that Naval Language School in Washington needs a summer Turkish teacher. In Princeton, I was not teaching summertime. I said, that's perfect for me. I went to be interviewed by the Naval Language School, and they chose me perfect for 2 months. I was going to teach Turkish in the Naval Language School. I was teaching Turkish, but the normal, regular teacher was a Persian lady, Azeri, and she said that send me to Turkey to improve my Turkish. Therefore, they needed a Turkish instructor. That's why I taught Turkish. When I saw that, my gosh, the Turkish she was teaching is not the Turkish that we know, Azeri Turkish or something like that. I have corrected, I wrote Turkish text, and the commander liked it. Said that, my gosh, you are the right person for us. If you, do you want to work for us? If you want, we can get a green badge for you. But I said, I had a contract with Princeton. Well, we'll talk to Princeton. Maybe you can cut your contract and join us. You'll be permanent status, and you have a green card and double salary. It was so tempting. I went to Princeton. I told them that, sorry, this is Naval Language School, Defense Department offering me better position, and getting me a green card. And therefore, I have to be excused. They didn't like first, but Professor Thomas following, they said, well, I don't blame you. Situation, we will find another instructor. And I told Washington that, but I have to go to Turkey because I have to see my family. And Princeton is paying my ticket. And I went to Turkey for 3 months in 1958, by the way. And I met my wife. I fell in love with her and married, and I came to Washington to teach Turkish to school, language school, military students, attaches going to Turkey. We were a close knit of Turks, and they said that we should form a Turkish association, but socially. And several friends, and that I was, that okay, we have, this is 1965, April, and mostly there are medical doctors, Dr. Kemal Mutlu, Dr. Zeki Erim, Dr. Majid, etc. We have met in our house, and we formed the association But then they said that not enough doctors, anybody, engineers like Galip Arkılıç and Fahir Etiz, and all they joined, and we decided to making a bylaw, and they wrote a bylaw, and the first president became Zeki Erim, medical doctor. He became the president, and Rıza Sarıoğlu, he was also doctor, pediatrician, he became vice president, and I became secretary at the time, and even the wives, Kemal Mutlu's wife Nurten and my wife even Tulin Korgan, became the board members, and the idea is to make social get-togethering and not involve the politics, because he said, but charter does not allow in politics at the time. And I said, without any politics. And Turkish embassy was very helpful, particularly Kandemir, and they said that we cannot be part of the association, but we can give all kind of help. And they were supporting us. And Emin Esenbel, ambassador's wife, and all Turkish diplomats helped, and just ask anything. Mostly social, because we used to go. Anybody comes, any Turkish visitors come, VIPs, welcoming, and they are inviting the board members, including me, such as Prime Minister Demirel came, and Kenan Evren came, and what the president is, and they gave the Lyndon Johnson was invited because Cevdet Sunay was invited, and after White House party they reciprocated in Turkish embassy. Cevdet Sunay and Lyndon Johnson, we have met, and there was monthly parties, annual parties, and we just enjoy. That's it. I was the secretary, but after Zeki Erim became Dr. Galip Arkılıç became the president, and then they needed selection, and I became the third president after Galip Arkılıç, and I became president for 2 years, because normally 4 years, but my job, teaching job, was transferred to Monterey, California. I had to leave, and therefore I said, I'm sorry, I have to leave, and I went to California, and they chose Ragıp Damar. He became president, and George Haig was, he's an Armenian Turk from Mardin, and he created the ATA News, and he's writing articles, stories about everything. And after 2 years I came back, and I started to, I was always a member, of course, but I became the board members, and ever since I'm board member. I'm a board member, then of course after I retired, I'm still member, but not anymore active. ATADC became, of course, the more Turks. When we were new, there were very few Turks. We couldn't find Turks. But gradually, they said that American Turkish Association rather than Turkish American, because it's abbreviation, because ATA. That's why we chose ATATürk. And William Ali, he was born American, but he was in Turkey. He became also editor of ATA News, and we started to, any American who coming back from Turkey, returning, and became members, most of them, and they joined, gradually increasing. More Americans than Turks even became. And so far, they said that, well, we have to do something about this politics. But I said, I don't know about the politics. I cannot see. We have to consult with a lawyer about how much we get involved. And during my time, we were not involved in politics. Even Turkish embassy did not want us to involve. But now it's different. I believe that we can go to political parties. I don't know. You got the congressmen, you may go to. Therefore, I don't know, but at the time, at my time, there was no politics. Not involved in politics, I mean. Main event is, other than annual dinner parties and entertainment, social entertainment always from one house. In our house we have to meet Zeki Erim's house, Galip Arkalıç's house, Fikri Ertuğrul's house, but also with the Statler Hotel we have the 5th anniversary of the association, and of course Turkish embassy is always, the doors open anytime we can, but we always find there is a social get-together. Picnic was definitely, and it was crowded, by the way, and we selected the picnic parties and we chose shish kebabs, all these things, and picnic parties. Yes. And from Turkey celebrities came, like Ajda Pekkan came from Turkey. We gave a concert, Ajda Pekkan, we arranged Ajda Pekkan, and that's all. Actually, if you read the George Higgs, he was always a jokester, and he wrote even jokes in ATA News. But I don't know whether I have my internet joke pages. I can say, but I don't know if it concerns ATA or not. Yeah. Well, I can tell you one joke or what. But it has nothing to do with ATA News, but it's just a joke, I can tell you. But not concerning the ATA in Twitter. Yes, because also there are a lot of Turkish students now. Since Turkish students were interested, and so many Turkish students and Turks are joined, and Americans, and they are, now they say that the Maryland-Baltimore Association also, they said we should unite, but we decided that not to, because the Baltimore Association is a huge city. They have own membership, and even New York City has a membership, Turkish Association. But we decided Washington D.C., ATADC Association alone, but always cooperating with the New York and Baltimore, definitely. But eventually, of course, all California Association, but we were interested in DC. I have to say that both my wife and I admire what is going on in the association's activities, association's planning, everything. We really support. I don't know I could do differently than today's association members do. They are admirable. We couldn't do such things because we did not have means, neither budget-wise or people, except Turkish embassy helping, but say that we cannot be involved actively. We can support you. But today's association is so crowded, so intelligent people, my eyes, tears come in my eyes when I see that how they're. I don't think I would do differently if I am active today, or president or secretary. I congratulate you people, by the way. Look at this ATA News. It was almost childish, but that's how the baby grow up. Now adults. I don't think I will do differently.